Wait, what? Oh, for goodness sake. Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. So about 3 or so days ago, I made a video about Activision Blizzard firing its CFO, Spencer Newman, a chap who had only been at the company for 18 months. However, prior to that, he was at the Walt Disney Company in various roles for 20 years. So this was quite obviously a reliable, dependable person, but he could only seem to muster 18 months at Activision Blizzard. He was fired for undisclosed reasons. But when you looked into it a little bit, you discovered that Spencer was already leaving the company and he was actually gonna be poached by Netflix. So why Blizzard fired him? I don't know. Maybe it had something to do with severance pay or a bonus scheme or something. I don't know. It could be a completely different reason, but regardless, they sacked him. However, boom. Here we go. On Wednesday of this week, it was confirmed Netflix hires Spencer Newman from Activision Blizzard as their new CFO. Only 48 years old, 20 years at Walt Disney Company, 18 months at Activision Blizzard, and then boom, he's at the company. Both articles that I referred to today, actually I'll be referring to 3 in total. But the articles I refer to today will, as always, be in the description box down below for full disclosure. So Activision Blizzard loses its CFO. Yesterday, Blizzard loses its CFO in another really intriguing move. As, again, CNBC, you've won the lottery today. Square hires Amrita Ahuja as its new CFO. Now, a couple of things, first of all. No, this is not Square Enix. This isn't this company that do just stuff like this. No. Not the Final Fantasy people. This is Square. I believe there's some sort of either finance company or something along those lines. And it's not the Square that we know. But also, nothing was announced by Blizzard as regards to their CFO leaving or anything like that. So let's just have a quick read down here. Payments company. They're a payments company. Square has tapped Amrita Ahuja as its new CFO. Ahuja is currently CFO at Blizzard Entertainment, a division of Activision Blizzard. Ahuja replaced former CFO Sarah Fryer, who announced she was leaving the CFO post in October. Fryer's departure had stunned investors, and the stock is down about 30% since Fryer made her announcement on October the 10th. So obviously they're needing somebody in here to steady the ship. And if I just go back up to the bullet points here, it does say Dorsey, who I believe is the owner of this Square company, told CNBC that Ahuja quickly rose to the top of the search for Square's board of directors given her entrepreneurial qualities. So this is quite clearly somebody that is greatly desired by people. But that name might sound awfully familiar to some people. Amrita Ahuja, haven't we heard that recently as? Well, yes, you have. About 6 or so weeks ago, I did a video where I reported on an article that had come out by Jason Schreier at Kotaku. And he had produced something where former employees of Blizzard and current employees of Blizzard were giving some off-the-record indications of exactly what was going on in the company, because it just seems to be in a chaotic state. And Amrita Ahuja came up in that article. And this is the article. Let me just scooch it across here for you. And I'm just going to go through a couple of paragraphs of this. The whole article is worth a read in the description box down below, as previously mentioned. So, in the spring of 2018, during Blizzard's annual company-wide battle plan, try getting good, meeting Chief Financial Officer Amrita Ahuja, CFO Amrita Ahuja, that's the name, spoke to all of the staff, according to two people who were there. In what came as a surprise to many, she told Blizzard that one of the company's goals for the coming year was to save money. So we've had a lot of videos recently about cost cutting, Blizzard making cost cutting changes. We've also seen, of course, Heroes of the Storm basically been strung out to dry. Battle for Azeroth is just reskinned Legion stuff and dubbed down versions of it. It seems as if they're literally scrimping at every corner here. It's utterly ridiculous at the company. But she, being the CFO, was the person who put forward the directive of that's where they wanted to go. And then it goes on to say, Ahuja was new to Blizzard, having started as CFO that spring as a transplant from 3100 Ocean Park, the Santa Monica-based Activision headquarters, where she'd spent 8 years working in the finance and investor relation departments. So there were some people who speculated that she was a strategic plant by Activision in an effort that Activision were trying to gain more and more control of the hierarchy within Blizzard itself. Activision Blizzard is a merger of companies. However, they have operated seemingly independently for many years, but we have, of course, seen recent changes with that. There seems to be much more sway coming from the Activision side over Blizzard. We've seen, of course, Activision games getting placed upon the Blizz launcher as well, giving them much more exposure, trying to open them up to a new audience. And of course, we have also seen the removal, shall we say, of people in the hierarchy that were members of the OG Blizzard, with the latest, of course, being Mike Morhaime stepping down, I think it was October, or announcing it at least, in October of last year. And all of these, once they've been put together, all of these events seem to be Activision trying to push further and further into Blizzard territory. And there is a lot of speculation and rumour, of course, that they will attempt to just consume it. They will actually attempt to take Blizzard over completely and absorb it into Activision. In another recent video that I did, David Brevik, who is one of the co-founders of Blizzard North, before that in itself got absorbed by the Blizzard that we knew before the merger with Activision. A lot of mergers and stuff going on. He himself said on a live stream with his wife that he was concerned following the announcement of Mike Morhaime stepping down, and that within 3 years' time, he doesn't see Blizzard being Blizzard. In 3 years' time, he just sees it as Activision. In actual fact, he had rather grave concerns for the company in general. Firstly, for the employees, saying that he believed there would be a mass exodus of employees due to non-competitive wages and the fact that they could go elsewhere within the industry and get paid a lot better. The only real hook would be that it's Blizzard. And we've already seen that Blizzard are incentivizing employees to leave from their customer service department, and it also looks like there's another 100 employees from the back end elsewhere who are going to be moving on as well. That one sort of shifted under the radar too. And then on top of that, this was recorded back in October. David also hinted that he had an idea of some of the future projects which were upcoming for Blizzard. And of course, if they didn't work out, then it could spell disaster too. Since then, we've had the announcement of Diablo Immortal, which, at least in the West, has gone down like a lead balloon. And this Kotaku article also spoke about the World of Warcraft Pet Battle Pokemon Go-esque game in the works. Aye. But Amrita Ahuja was potentially one of Activision's plants, or at least one of Activision's positions that were pushed in there. But it's another big role and somebody gone. And I believe that the Activision Blizzard CFO role has been taken over by the previous CFO who Spencer Newman took over from. So it's just like, here we go around the mulberry bush. But yeah, we're not just seeing upheaval now at ground level with, customer service staff and back-end staff, but we're seeing a lot of upheaval within the financial departments now with both CFOs from both Activision Blizzard and Blizzard going within a matter of days. So yeah, some really interesting things still happening at Activision Blizzard /Blizzard/Activision. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links there in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.